They worshipped her by pharaohs, sorcerers revered her, and common folk begged for her protection. At the end, one fact may surprise even Egyptology experts. Isis is the ancient Egyptian goddess of magic, motherhood, and royal power, daughter of Geb, god of the earth, and Nut, goddess of the sky, sister and wife of Osiris. Her name means throne, and it's no accident she stands at the very center of divine authority. A birth among gods, an appearance to humanity. Isis was born one of 5 children outside the regular calendar days, alongside Osiris, Set, Nephthys, and Horus the Elder. These were the children of Geb and Nut, born during days added beyond the normal year at Ra's command. Thoth had won extra light from the moon in a dice game, creating those days so Nut could give birth. From the start, Isis embodied the connection between sky and earth, order and care. Though she had no distinct cult in the Old Kingdom, her name gradually appeared in the pyramid texts as royal protector and guide of the deceased to the Duat. Marriage to Osiris and his murder. Isis became the wife of her brother Osiris, god of fertility and the afterlife. Their union marked cosmic harmony, him the ruler, her the guardian of his power. Together they ruled Egypt, teaching agriculture, law, and sacred rites. But this harmony provoked Set's jealousy. Set lured Osiris into a coffin at a banquet, sealed and threw it into the Nile, then dismembered his body into 14 parts, scattering them across Egypt. Refusing defeat, Isis journeyed far to recover the body of her beloved. Journey, magic, resurrection. The myth of Isis's quest is among the most poignant in Egyptian tradition. With help from Nephthys, she recovered all of Osiris's body, except the phallus which a fish ate. She reconstructed it magically, and via the ritual described in Abydos temple texts, resurrected Osiris briefly. In this mystical act, she conceived Horus, the avenger and heir to the throne. Osiris did not return to mortality. He remained ruler of the Duat. Isis, meanwhile, took up the mantle of protector and nurturer for Horus against Set's threat. Hidden motherhood, a mother's battle. Isis hid in the marshes of the Nile Delta, where she birthed and nursed Horus. The coffin texts and Book of the Dead often speak of her invoking the gods when her child faced poison, serpents, or evil spirits. This is her most human portrayal, not just a deity, but a mother waging war to save her child. She created spells, cured poisons, and became the archetype of divine magic. Her image as a nursing mother influenced early Christian depictions of the Madonna, but that's another story. The verdict between Horus and Set, diplomat among deities. When Horus came of age, the contest for his father's throne began. Isis was far from passive. In the Chester Beatty Papyrus, she appears as a key figure in a divine court that lasted years. She used tears, wisdom, transformation, and cunning. In one tale, she becomes an old crone, deceiving Set into admitting Horus's legitimacy. In anger, Horus beheads her, but Thoth heals her, fashioning a new cow-headed visage. That's why Isis is often depicted with horns and the solar disk, symbols of her power. Final mentions: immortality through veneration. Though myths do not record Isis's death, she transitions into eternity as an immortal mother, magic's guardian, wife, and protector. In the late kingdom, her cult spread well beyond Egypt. In temples at Philae, Dendera, and elsewhere, she is called Mistress of All Lands, equated with other major goddesses. Her cult even reached the Roman Empire. Her temple stood in Pompeii, and she is named in Apuleius's Golden Ass. Thus, Isis's image remains one of the most enduring in human history. Today, she's recognized as a symbol of feminine strength, motherhood, and esoteric wisdom. Symbols of Isis. Isis is not just a myth. She embodies female power, divine motherhood, and protective magic. Her symbols include the throne upon her head, the knot of Isis, Tayet, and wings she spreads to envelop and guard the deceased soul. In myth, she is no passive shadow to Osiris, but the center of action, seeker, healer, life-giver. Her stories speak not only of magic, but of sacrifice and devotion. Today, her name echoes through art, cinema, and symbolism. But remember, her true power lay not in magic, but in an unshakable strength in the face of tragedy. Thanks for watching. A like, comment, and subscription is the greatest support for more videos to come. See you next time.